I go over some of the commands we learned in the previous lessons very quickly. So okay, let's see. So we start again in our documents folder. Previously we had a lesson 1 folder under our documents folder. Today, since it's lesson 2, let's create a lesson 2 folder. So I hope you guys remember how to do it. It's mkdir, like make directory, lesson 2. Let's go inside of that directory. If we list the content of this directory, nothing should be here. Okay, so hopefully you guys are ready for the new command. Today, new command we're going to learn is called echo. Write it like this, and we can say something like hello world. The hello world is a very popular sentence in programming languages. So if we execute this command, we'll just see the hello world output to us. You would say it's pretty simple command. It's probably useless, but you'll be surprised how powerful that command is actually as we go through the lessons. So now let's say we want to write the content into some file, right? How we go about it. That's when this command will help us. But first, we'll have to learn how to create a file in a terminal. So this new command called touch. So let's say we create a file called names.txt. Okay, so let's see if that file showed up in our directory. We do ls, we list the content of our directory, and we see the file there, names.txt. Also, I want to show you this new option, the flags in the list command, where you can see more information about the file that you just created. You can do ls-la. There we go, and you can see there's a lot of information provided to you. Don't try to read the whole thing, but what you can see in the last line over here, you can see this is our file we just created. Over here it shows my username of the person that created this file, the date and time when this file was created, and the permissions. In this case, the owner of the file has read and write permissions, and everyone else has only read permissions. Don't worry too much about this right now. It's just something I wanted to show you quickly. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we have a file in our lesson 2 directory. So let's say now we want to populate that file with names of our friends, right? So what we can do our previous command that we learned called echo. Let's say echo Alice, and now we will use this keys. If you see on your keyboard, there's a few type shift and right arrow key twice. We're basically saying print this name Alice into the file name. So before we were just printing, like as you see over here on top, we were just printing hello world. That we were printing just to the output, just to see right now. But in this case, what we're doing is we are appending Alice to the name.txt file. Let's try to execute this command. Let's press enter. Okay, so nothing happened, but I don't know whether that worked. What do you guys think? Think that worked? So one way to check is to use this other command called cat. I hope all of you like cats. So this command cat called concatenate the file. So basically what we can do is we can type cat names txt, and that will show us the content of a file. So that's basically we looked at what's in our file, and as you can see, we see our name that we outputted, the name Alice. Let's try it. Put some more names in there. So one other thing that you can learn in Linux is, instead of me typing the whole thing again like this, for example, what I can do is in Linux I can just press the arrow up button and it would go through the commands that I typed earlier. Here we go, we found our ls command. Let's add somebody else here. Let's put Bob. I think it's another popular name. Let's execute this command again. How do we look at the content of our file? Again, cat names txt. Oh wow, we have now Alice and Bob. I'm sure it's very cool, right? All right, are you guys ready for the next command? Let's say we want to copy this file to some other file. For example, let's say we want to work on this file, do some damage to it, and we want to make sure we don't lose it in our files. So what do? We want to copy that, right? So this other command in Linux called cp. You can remember it as a copy. Then our source file, which is names.txt, and we can create another file called name.txt.backup. Okay, there you go. Now press enter. Now if we do ls, we see two files: names.txt, our original file, and names.txt.backup. Let's see if the content actually matches between both of those files. We do cat names.txt and cat names.txt.backup. There you go, they all look the same. I will, in the later videos, I'll show you how to actually check if the files are the same using different command. In this case, it's easy because it's only 2 lines. But when there's like a bunch of lines, there will be different command that you can check if the files are actually the same or not. So let's just go over a couple more commands. Let's try to remove our original file. Let's say we say this new command called rm, like remove. Say names.txt. Now let's say ls. Here we go. The file is gone. Okay, for the last command, let's try to learn how to remove directory. So first, in order to remove directory, we gotta create directory. Let's say mkdir. Let's say example. Okay. Now we have one directory and one file. Okay. Let's now remove the directory. So there's this new command called the rmdir. It's similar to rm we used earlier. It's just this time it's called remove directory, basically. Let me say example. There you go. Our directory removed as well. There's other way to remove the directories with just rm command. Let's say, for example, we want to remove the actually this command is basically can remove the directory and all the content inside of it. So let's say we want to remove this lesson 2 directory and this backup file inside of the lesson 2. Oh, the other thing that we want to probably learn is how do we go up the directory? How do we go to the parent directory? So right now we're in a lesson 2 directory, but we want to go to the documents directory. So I hope you guys remember how to move between directories. It's basically cd when we go inside a directory. We can use the same command to go to the parent. One way to do it is to type cd dot. Basically says cd go to my parent. We type that, we're in a parent. Let's just list what the content of our lesson 2 directory. Here you go. We see lesson 2 directory. It has one file name, names.txt.backup. So let's say we want to remove the directory and all the content inside of it. So what we can do the same command that we used before, rm, and we can pass the -r flag, lesson 2. There you go. Be very careful with this command. It might destroy more data that you want if you mistype the directory name. Now let's try to list it again. There you go. Now it says that such directory does not exist and all the files inside of it are gone. So again, be careful with that command.